right.
So, welcome. It is 8:46 and time to join Dawn Pannell in Riveting Radio Real Estate. Hi, Dawn.
Hi, Dale and Carol.
Hi, Dawn.
Nice to be here and talk about Riveting Radio Real Estate again this morning.
Always.
It's nice to have you with us.
From John L. Scott Real Estate right here in downtown Shelton.
It's very good to have you. Dell and I were talking earlier about the importance of finding a credited real estate agent instead of just somebody that, leaves a card on your mailbox or something like, call me. But, there's a lot of information out there. How is a person supposed to find all that?
It is very important, but all the information is online, or give me a call at 490-4493. I would be delighted to talk to you about it. So today, last time we were talking about your initial contact with me when you want to list your property, and I'm hoping it's with me. So we talked about that a little bit. And today I want to talk about setting the price. That's a pretty important aspect of selling your home.
Yeah, how do they do that?
Well, the first thing you would have done is you would have received from me a market analysis. We talked about that a little bit last time as well, that shows you all of the comparable properties in the area that are either sold or for sale or have been canceled or are off the market for whatever reason. And one of the sections in that analysis gives you a low, medium, and high price for homes that are similar to yours. And we look at things like square footage and location and extras, that kind of thing. So this is the time when we sit down and look at that we talk about what sets your home apart from all the other homes in the area that are on the market in some way. And are there things about your home that might justify a higher price? For example, is it on waterfront? Does it have tidelands? Does it have a killer view? Does it have upgrades that are above and beyond what one could expect? So we take a look at all of those things. And so this page, I want to talk about a listing that I just for this, and so we can kind of put a face to this. Once I did the market analysis for this one, came out with a high price of $384,000. This is a water view.
Nice place.
Very nice place. So a high price of $384,000, a low price of $235,000.
Wow.
So $100,000 swing?
Yeah.
Okay. That's amazing.
Yeah. But this was just in the area. So the lower priced ones didn't have the view. And this one also had water access, that kind of thing. So those are the things that set this one apart. So it had a medium price of $339,000 or $337,500. So we took a look at that, and I sat down with the owner, and we talked about all those things that set this house apart, and it really is a neat place. It's got dedicated water access. It's not right on the water, but it's got a path that goes down that's like 100 feet from the house. It's on 2 lots in Bremerton. It has 3 bedrooms, 1 3/4 baths, a gorgeous stone fireplace, and a family room in the basement that has room for a regulation pool table, which could stay with the house if somebody wanted it, and room to walk around. And then it's a walkout daylight basement. It's really a neat house. So in talking with her about this, we decided that we would set the price at $349,900, which is above the median because this house has a lot of extra things to offer.
Few amenities, as they say.
Lots of amenities, yes. So we put it on the market for that, and usually what I like to do is list the place on a Thursday and then have an open house on a Saturday, and we hope that there's a lot of traffic. And I'm happy to say that there already has been a lot of traffic on this. I just listed it yesterday.
Really?
So yes. So that's great news. So we also look, when we're doing this, going through this process, at the county tax assessment records, and sometimes we look at sites like Zillow and Redfin and those sites to see how they value your house. And the reason we do that, it's just added information, and for better or for worse, buyers are going to look there. So we'd like to know, kind of what they're going to see.
Do those two, and there's others I know, price them independently of what you list? I mean, do they do their own thing, and they don't really even talk to an owner, do they? They just see it's for sale and listed, so they jump in. A
lot of times they don't even wait for it to be for sale. You can a lot of times get a price for your house, even though it's not on the market, from Zillow, and they use things like the tax assessments and that kind of thing.
Okay.
So you have to be a little careful. They're great sites, and they're good to be able to find places, but you have to be a little bit careful with the pricing.
So you don't find an open house sometimes, you find it worth it always, an open house?
Not always.
Okay, because that's sort of a tough thing to have.
It is, and that's one thing that we talk about with the homeowner. In this case, it's a great idea with the Bremerton house because it's in a neighborhood, and so at the very least you're going to get the neighbors.
They're still living in the home, though.
They are still living there, but they're going to go out for lunch, and we're going to do an open house.
Just laying in bed watching this sport.
Yeah, it would be hard.
That has happened. That has happened.
Oh.
So some houses, yes, they warrant an open house. Some don't. So we kind of play that by ear. So the other thing I wanted to talk a little bit about after we set the price, I usually give them a couple pages that come with the market analysis, and we go through this, and it talks about the importance of pricing. And I just want to read you this. There's a little chart that shows market value and then percentages above or below market value if you set your price there. And it says as you move above the market value, you attract much smaller percentages of prospective buyers, because the buyers out there are pretty savvy and they know what the house is worth. So you greatly reduce your chances of a sale by going even just a little bit above market value. On the other hand, if you price it below market value, you have a lot more buyers, but you might not get the price that you want. So
and you have no negotiation room now.
You have when you go below. So so the goal is to get it as close to market value as you possibly can. And as we talked about last time, I usually try and at some point in the conversation tell people that, hey, ultimately your house is going to be worth what somebody is willing to pay for it. So you have to keep that in mind.
Sure.
But you want to, going in, set it at as close to market value as you can. A lot of times you will hear folks say, well, we'll price it really high and then we'll drop the price. Well, this is another sheet that talks about that. And it says overpricing your house in the belief that you can reduce the price back later is a strategy that can backfire badly. And I've seen that happen. For example, by the time you reduce your price, you may miss out on the surge of interest that happens right at the beginning of the house being listed. And also, if the price is lowered, buyers tend to wonder if something is wrong with the house. So it keeps other buyers away from looking at it if it's above what they've set as their maximum budget. So again, the important thing is to find out what that market value is and to set your price accordingly.
And I think that's the hardest thing is it's what somebody else is willing to pay. It's not what you think it's worth,
That's true.
And it's so emotional. But I mean, if you're going to move on, then it's not really your house anymore.
Right. And we talked about that a little bit last time, that you're not selling the memories.
Right.
You're selling the house.
Yeah. That's hard to separate, though, on occasion.
It is.
And I suspect this market value thing is always like changes drastically from county to county, sometimes neighborhood to neighborhood.
Absolutely.
I mean, especially in the topsy-crazy world of real estate now, the way things are, different areas of Western Washington, for instance.
Absolutely. Yeah, we like to watch those real estate shows on HGTV.
Yeah.
and a house in Waco, Texas will sell for $150,000. Same house in Toronto, Canada sells for $750,000.
Isn't that amazing?
It's just incredible. And we see that here. I mean, you look at a waterfront house here in Mason County, would probably sell, if you could even find waterfront in King County, for twice, 3 times the value. So people have to be a little cautious and aware of that as well.
Yeah.
So do you find you get a lot of looky-loos when you have the open houses, or are there really the serious buyers that come through there?
It's a mix.
Yeah.
I've sold one house from an open house. The people that came to the open house ended up being the buyers. A lot of times you get people who are just curious, but that's fine. They may have friends, they may have relatives. The goal is to get folks in there and get them looking at it. So I really don't mind people who are just kind of coming by kicking the tires.
Sure.
It lets them look at the house and see what's available, and
plus they meet you, and then
they meet me. Exactly.
Well, there you go. That's right. And couples like to do that on weekends.
Yeah.
Just go looking at homes. It's a fun thing to do.
And that's the reasoning behind listing it on a Thursday, so they can take a look at it and plan their weekend and then have the open house that Saturday, and they can drop by and they don't have to schedule anything. They just know that I'm going to be there from this time to this time, and they can plan their weekend accordingly.
Let's go see what Dawn's hot properties are this week.
That's right. That's right.
There it is. That's right. Realtor broker from John L. Scott.
Yes.
Is that right? Realtor broker? Is that a good way of putting it? Agent broker?
Agent broker. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then the realtor, you can tell a realtor by the little realtor R that they wear.
We're trying to quantify the credentials of a realtor as opposed to not being one. Real quickly, give us the top couple of reasons why that distinguishes you from another agent.
There is a code of ethics that goes along with being a realtor that we have a class that we have to take every year. That's a code of ethics class. It means that you're getting the best representation at an honest way and an honest dealings with buyers and sellers.
Very good. And
and a knowledge of the area as well. That's important.
Yeah, it really is. It's always as knowledgeable as an agent can be is always beneficial to the buyer or seller.
Exactly. Exactly.
Thank you for your time this morning, Dawn. We appreciate it so much.
It's always fun.
Thank you for watching from the sidelines.
Yes, we have a possible fill-in for the alternating weeks here in Laura Miller, also from my office at John L. Scott. Next time, we're going to talk about signing the contracts.
Oh, okay. I was wondering about that. So it's the negotiation part.
Well, actually signing the contracts to list the house. We're going to talk about that.
We haven't even got that far yet. But somebody's making an offer.
Yeah.
I know. That's why it's better to have somebody work with you.
This is actually the paperwork step. So we'll talk a little bit about that next time.
Yeah, I want to say, so you're having a great impact on Carol. She's thinking, man, this house buying thing, I want to learn more about this.
Yeah.
Good. We like that. We like that.
Very good. Well, we appreciate your visits every other week, and maybe we'll get some fill-ins here pretty soon. And we love Radio Real Estate.
Riveting Radio Real Estate.
Riveting Radio Real Estate. Always a grand topic, and come back and visit with us again soon.
Thank you so much.
All right, Dawn Pannell from John L. Scott. Carol, that just about puts the wraps on it.